All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Guild Wars Master. So, big disclosure here. I've just got back, pretty much from the end of the last stream until right this second. So there's been, 36, 40 hours. I've been, doing Christmassy stuff. I've been away. I've not been to the house, any of that. I also am probably still a little bit drunk from last night because I drank a lot. I didn't really sleep much, and I'm back, and I don't feel bad. Right? I had a slight headache a few hours ago, but it's gone now. Oh, we got a chest of low. That's nice. So yeah, I'm back, and I don't know. It's cold, and I've got to get the heating on. I got to actually warm up, and there's nothing going on. And I've decided I want to chill today. I'm not going to do much Boxing Day. So I thought, you know what? We never streamed yesterday. Let's kick up the stream. Why not? Why not? Because there's nothing for me to... Now that I'm not playing PvP, I'm in a really weird place. I've got to figure this out, because there's nothing I want to do in Guild Wars that I wouldn't also stream. I mean, I'm sure there's like some daily stuff that I could get away with not streaming. But I feel like I should stream right now. I should stream me acquiring a charged quartz. I feel like that is important. I feel like I should stream me getting the Winter's Day daily. Maybe that's not important. But then what? Legendary collections. That's it. And that's all bespoke new stuff. So yeah, I just feel like I need to go for it. The only problem I feel good, but I keep getting like acid coming up. It's not nice. My throat does not feel nice at the moment. Be careful of the hard liquors at Christmas here, kiddies. Alright, so anyway, yeah, hopefully chat gets going. Obviously, we started way early. I'm concerned, though, that later in the day, I'm going to, like, get really sleepy and just crash, like, hard crash. So, let's just get it rolling, man. I mean, it's Christmas. Some people don't have much going on, so why don't we give them something to enjoy? Why don't we give them a stream? Right? So yeah, okay, anyway, let's get our quartz. Amazingly, it's on today, of all days, that I'm actually remembering to withdraw the effing quartz. Now, we only have 3. I'm pretty sure on Christmas Day I didn't do it. The very early hours of Christmas Day, I did log on to Guild Wars 2. I always feel a bit weird, a bit pathetic when I do that. I feel a very intense camaraderie with everyone else, though, when I'm online on an MMO on Christmas Day. But that was before I left and stuff. So anyway, I did get my daily on Christmas morning. And I tried some activity grind as well. I did go to South Sun Survival, it was. Christmas Day this year was South Sun Survival. I did log in. I assumed it would be empty, right? Obviously. Even the nerdiest of nerds get a life on Christmas Day, right? No one's going to be playing that. Let's do it. And I logged in, and there were 3 people there. 2 people's fine. I don't mind. I'm not that antisocial. If I get 2 people, it's still okay. Because what you can do is wait for the grace period to time out after about 2 minutes, and then kill yourself on a Karka or whatever your chosen method is. And when you die, the other guy wins, the round instantly ends. You can farm your next thing, right? And you just do it again. So if one other guy joins, fine, whatever. There you go. You get to just have a free win. I don't care. I need to play a lot of games. But there were 2 people there. So even if I insta-kill myself, then there's just these 2 guys wandering around trying to play South Sun Survival, seriously, on Christmas Day in the middle of the night. Like, what is wrong with you? Don't do that. Get out. Get out. So I did not feel any camaraderie to the 2 players in South Sun Survival this year. And so I quit. Real quick. But, I did do a round, I guess. I don't know what the activity is today. I mean, we could do a little bit of that. But my idea here is to do some legendary collections again. I want to get as many done as possible. As you can see, I changed the timer. I've got in white text up there that it's 5 days until the count tour. So let's figure this out. It's 3 days in theory until the series ends. However, tomorrow is the 27th. That's 1 day. The day after that is the 28th. That's 2 days. Then it's the 29th, which is 3 days. Then it's the 30th, which is 4 days. And the 31st, New Year's Eve, the final day of the year, the 31st of December, is 5 days away. So what I think I will do is 2 extra episodes of this season of Guild Wars 2 Master. This will be 182 episodes. And we will wind that white countdown down. We just actually have to remember to drop it to 4 days tomorrow and then 3 the day after. So we will do that. And I guess we're doing a full gathering tour here as well, so why not? And that should that'll put us right up to Christmas Eve. And I will give you guys the full account tour right at the end of the year. And the season ends right there. That's pretty good to me. I think that's okay. Oh, you made it to counting with WP today. Hello, Dumac. I haven't really looked at chat yet. I've just been rambling away like an old doddering fool. Hello, everybody. Hello. Tell me about your Christmases, guys. How's it going? A lot of people, if you guys don't know, I think Americans are rather alien to this. I don't know how many are in chat. We tend to be rather EU heavy. But, I mean, actually, to tell you the truth, ever since I heard about Eastern Europe and the fact that they hold Christmas earlier and all that stuff, I don't know. You never know. But in the UK, the day after Christmas tends to be a rather large day of celebration as well. We call it Boxing Day. I can't really... A lot of you are going to be wondering why the name of it is what it is. I think it's simply the idea that you gave your gifts on Christmas, but you didn't really open them on Christmas. Christmas is like this pure idea of like generosity, altruism, the spirit of giving. It wasn't about what you received. So they just sort of piled up. You just got a bunch of gifts, and you opened the boxes on Boxing Day, and that's what it's supposed to do, I think. But there's a very large part of me right now screaming, no, that's wrong. There's something internal to me that knows the real answer, and that what I'm saying is just like a retroactive, like seemingly logical plot that is nonetheless not the correct answer. But I think it's something like that. Yes. Anyway, Boxing Day is the day after Christmas. I don't think they really do it in America. In America, whoosh, you're back to work, bitch. Get back to work. Holiday? Holiday won't earn me money. Work. Slave away. So, I don't know. That's probably not true. You guys probably get the whole week off, right? Get the week off until New Year. Today you're recovering from food and drink the past couple of days? Yeah, well, for me, it was just one big day of binging, really. One big day. Determined to keep my healthy habits going. So, I went crazy yesterday. It was amazing. Had all kinds of cheeses and Christmas dinner and chocolatey things and just amazing, lovely stuff. More than your heart could desire. And it's gonna get now, and that's fine. Let's see where we go. It's called Boxing Day because that's when... Yeah. Something about servants, right? Because, well, Anjoy's there says it's called Boxing Day because that's when servants were given their presents. The thing is, I don't really know... Okay, so servants are given their presents. Why is that then Boxing Day? I don't get it. Why are the boxes for the... What? Were a lot of gifts given between non-servants not in boxes? Like, that doesn't really explain the name, right? It explains a tradition of the day, and perhaps a founding tradition of the day, but it doesn't really explain the name, right? Why is the box distinct because it's for a servant? But yes, I have heard that actually. Yeah, that sounds a bit better. You have an interview today. Dude! First of all, congrats on your interview. But that's mental. They're enforcing... You have a job interview on Boxing Day. Dude, I wonder what industry that is. Do you want to say? Do you want to say what industry that is? I'd love to know. Who's cracking that whip? I mean, when I worked in retail, there's no remorse. I always think about cabbies as well, you know, taxi drivers around now. Because, you know, people are getting pissed. They're having a right smash up. And no one wants to be driving. So there's just cabbies driving everyone around. When I worked in IT, one of my old bosses, I guess this is a bit of a personal story, I don't know, but one of my bosses was, I mean, a nice guy, alright, a nice, personable, charismatic guy, but he was a weird guy to look at, Like, he could have played, and I don't mean to be mean to him, but you know, you get like detective shows and stuff on TV where like you'll see like, you know, murderers and molesters and all that kind of stuff. Merry Christmas. What should I do while I ramble? Should I do fractals? My inventory's full again. I don't know. We have to do the Winter State Daily. I'm just gonna guess that the JP is a part of it, and I'm just gonna wander over there. He was a nice, charismatic guy, but to look at him, like, he had really bad skin. He had blotchy, balding, thin hair. He was like podgy, a bit overweight. He was like, you couldn't quite tell his age as well, because he looked like he'd sort of been through the ringer, right? You couldn't quite tell. Was he like in his mid-30s and quite healthy? Was he in his late 40s? Was he a really good-looking, like, late 50-year-old? You couldn't tell. He just looked like... You wouldn't be surprised to see him play a serial killer. That's very judgmental of me. He was a nice guy, right? But, he used to talk... He was a weird one in terms of, like, the way he acted in his life. And he would openly tell us, whether it was in our current job or later jobs in IT, this is. He would tell us to always work Christmas. He said the best thing you can possibly do is work Christmas. Because if you pick up Christmas shifts, they'll pay you like triple the odds, right? You'll get like 3 times your salary or whatever, your wage. Whatever they pay you for that shift, okay? You're going to get a lot more money. Depends on the company, depends on the capacity you're at, depends how high up the chain you are, whatever. But you get a lot of money. And working on Christmas in that industry is a DOS. No one's around. No one's doing anything. You don't really have to help people. You don't really have to work on your projects, really. No one's going to chew you out if you didn't get much to do. So you get like this really comfortable day where everyone's really lenient and really nice, and you just sort of chill and you chat with people that you wouldn't normally, but you get paid out the ass for it. Basically, it's just a really good working day if you don't really have a family to go to or anything really going on. And that was like one of those other little things about him, I think, as well, that he would so quickly throw away personal connections just to work. But he swore by it. He swore that working, do we do it? Is the timing right? I think if I dodge it's good, yeah. He swore by it, working on Christmas. So I don't know, maybe it's not surprising that a person has an interview on Boxing Day, or... You know, there's a lot of stuff that just can't shut down. If you're in healthcare, you can't shut down on Boxing Day. On Christmas. Anywhere, there is no such thing as a holiday, you know? In fact, when people break their schedules and their habits, they tend to get ill, right? If your year's existence is sitting on the couch, drinking vodka, doing very little else, but you're surviving, then great. But at Christmas, all of a sudden you're traveling large distances, and you're eating things you wouldn't normally, and you're drinking things you wouldn't normally, and interacting with people who might be ill or whatever, and you're going to places that you normally wouldn't, and just the chance that if you're old you slip and you bust a hip or whatever, you know. That's before we even consider people who have like really drama-filled families, or friends, whoever you see at Christmas. You know, and all of a sudden, you know, there's fights and there's heart attacks and stuff like that. You know, there's shocks and stress. I mean, a lot of people get stressed by Christmas, obviously. Big strain on the pocket. So, I don't know. People get ill. You can't stop working on Christmas. That wasn't even a part of the daily, was it? Now let's see. I do want to do the off. No, I don't want to do the offense. I only need to do the offense if they're for the daily. What I will do is I will buy the gifts. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. I will buy the gifts, just in case we get a charge quartz out of it. Since I think we're at 4 now, right? Mother effers would pay me 10 times my salary to work on Christmas. Yeah, there you go, look. He's saying give up Christmas for money. Well, the thing is, you're not really giving it up. I think the point is, to a certain... You're giving up a flavour of Christmas, but you're still having a nice, easy, chill day. Do you know what I mean? There's still going to be decorations up. You'll still be listening to Christmas music in the lobby or as you patrol the shop floor, and they blast out of those inane speakers. You know. By the way, I've spent so much karma at this festival doing this specific little thing here. I don't really mind. I don't foresee needing karma for anything. But I probably spent about 1 million karma at Winter's Day. You don't have a soul to lose, but you like having some days off, so you lose a lot of sleep. So, yeah, I mean, we must have some people in chat who do exactly that. Oh, Valen asked, how much of your soul do you lose for working on Christmas? Come on, what? As is well trodden territory here on the WP show. That's what we are now, with the WP show. We don't believe in souls. And people who do believe in souls are kindly asked to leave. Merry Christmas. Right, I've done that joke too many times now. Didn't see a charge quartz. Oh, I did see a charge quartz. Oh, we're good then. Alright, let's make another Viridian weapon. I'll go get the inscription. Very good. Now, 5 days till the account tour, except we already charged one today. So, we still want a little bit of RNG, really. But with a bit of RNG, we can, in theory, get another Viridian weapon as well before the tour. So that's 2. How many do we still need? 4? I don't think we can complete the set, guys. Oh, you were specifically talking about the essence of a soul. Oh, the existence. I was going to say, there is no essence. There's no essence of a soul. I like that study thing that was on one of those XFM radio shows about, oh, if a person dies and then they weigh the body, it's like half an ounce lighter the second they die. So, a soul weighs an ounce. Celestial. Just do that. Celestial Orichalcum imbued inscription. Oh, we got 5. We got 6. Did I get lucky twice? I assumed the other one was one I had charged, but maybe I had deposited in the interim. I hope you all celebrated Horus's birthday yesterday. Is that another origin of Christmas, is it? Do we want to have another debate about that? Does it actually trace back to Horus? And one of the epochs of ancient Egypt. Epoch? That's the right word, isn't it? I think it is. The anthology I already have. Ectos I already have. The weapon. Okay, yeah. So the weapon. Let's see. Antique. Right. So Viridian weapons. We still need the mace, the pistol, the rifle. That's it. Oh, there's only 3. Oh, I want it done. I want it done so bad. Oh, I want it bad. But maybe, maybe we don't go crazy with buying gifts. Let's just see. I'll go mace for now. We'll just work top down. So mace. Okay, I don't have the mace on me anymore. Huh. I have Seconder here, the real Seconder. Can we customize Seconder? I guess we can, right? I will just stat select it to be whatever. Oh no, it has to be Sinister. Sorry. Why is there a customize menu? How does the customization work of the Bloodstone set stuff at the moment with the new UI? I guess I'll just dump it in the forge. The Seconder is not what I was using though. I had an actual mace. So I wonder what characters randomly picked that up somewhere. Radiant, you sound like my mother. Radiant Tough says, there is absolutely no point in existence other than making babies. So, if you're not, you're wasting your life and you're a loser. Well, from an evolutionary standpoint, maybe. But, there's more to being human than submitting to our base animal instincts, is there not? Is that not something we pride ourselves on to a certain degree? Is that not something that most societies strive towards? The more we separate ourselves from animal? Do not some people completely lose objectivity in healthy or unhealthy activities and base their judgment solely on whether it is animalistic or not. And if it's animalistic, we don't do it. So I don't think that many people would agree with you that you're a loser. And to be a loser is really a societal judgment, right? If we're not talking about the scope of like broader social judgment, what is loser is a phrase without meaning. If you don't have a group to judge and to use it as a weapon, who cares? Like, if you were a hermit living on your own, you never interacted with any humans. All right, let me put it another way. If you're the last man on Earth, everyone is dead. There is no concept of you being a loser. You're it. No one else's judgment matters. There are certain labels like that they're irrelevant. So my point is, all you have to ask is society right? Because that's the only world in which that matters. And society's probably wrong a lot of the time to call you a loser for that. If you're the last person, you won the Battle Royale. You know what's a really weird, trippy thought? Actually, no, it's a juvenile thought. I was going to say, what's a weird thought is there will be a last person, but I don't actually believe that. I think what mankind is will just slowly augment and warp and twist as slowly less and less people are born with specific shaped fingers or specific sized appendixes or specific tolerances to levels of light or incidence rates of various cancers or fitness, or, you know, slowly over the years those little changes and those little adaptations will compound upon other ones, upon other ones, upon other ones, upon other ones for tens, 20s, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions and millions and tens of millions of years. And then eventually what you're looking at is not a human. And we draw some line in the sand, but there is no real line to draw. We just do it because we're little monkeys. We say, ooh, me like label. Me say, this human, this not human. But the truth is that we just slowly adapted. There will not be a last man. Not unless we fucking nuke ourselves. Maybe we nuke ourselves and destroy ourselves, and then maybe there is going to be a last man. But I'm not so pessimistically minded. Perhaps I'll look like a fool one day, but personally I don't think it's so bad. Alright, let's finish the Winter's Day Daily. How it's Christmassy time and I'm talking about nuclear hellfire. Oh, it is donation drive again then. Alright, fine, I'll get Taco up. What do you care about the bigger picture? Why not focus on yourself? Aren't you the same guy that just said anyone who doesn't conform to a particular lifestyle is a loser? Sounds like you care a great deal about the bigger picture. You care a lot about external factors. If you think that's worthy of comment. I'm at the wrong place. It's okay if I look like a fool. We'll all be dead anyway. Sorry, is the game quiet? Is that what someone said? Oh, it'd be very quiet in-game. Yeah. Well, oh, that's it. That's my bar, guys. Alright, look. I've been called a Guild Wars 2... Actually, I haven't ever been called this, but I'm going to pretend I've been called this. I've been called a Guild Wars 2 apologist. I've been told I'm biased. I lack objectivity. I don't have real solid arguments. I've actually not had people just say this to me. I've been told that I have no clue. And that the game is awful. And that I have no real conception of it. And that I'll defend it to the hilt. But I do have a line. Eventually, I will acknowledge that Guild Wars 2 is a dead game. And to me, the only way we can clearly say, alright, and I think this is perfectly reasonable, the only way that Guild Wars 2 is a dead game is when there is no one left on Earth. Alright? That's when it's a dead game. Okay? I don't care if people stop playing it. I don't care if the servers go offline. I don't care if the very last hard drive in existence happens to get reformatted and we lose the very last example of a Guild Wars 2 installation on a contemporary PC. I don't care, if humanity moves, we go to quantum computing and then there's a technological singularity and we abandon our physical forms and we leave this dimension and we travel to a dimension of technology and mind, and Guild Wars is not part of it. I don't care about any of that. The only way I will buy that Guild Wars 2 is a dead game is when there is no one left on Earth. And when I say one, now we need to dive into that a little bit. Do I mean humans? No, not humans. Even particularly intelligent, let's say, dolphins. If they're around, they could potentially find a way to get Guild Wars 2 and thus play it. And what do you have? You have an intelligent dolphin playing Guild Wars 2. That's not a dead game. All right, I do have a line. So you may call me inobjective and biased, but I say to you that you're biased. You're biased. You just want it to be a dead game. Condi Mirage. Condi Mirage. Playable even by particularly intelligent dolphins. Playable with flippers. You know, that's kind of good actually, because I could actually like conceive like something slapping flippers onto the keyboard. And to tell you the truth, Condi Mirage is a good build, right? Because Infinite Horizon setups, which is the bread and butter now, they're so oriented around the dodge mechanic. You know, if you play Deceptive Evasion, Infinite Horizon, you press the space bar, you dodge, you create a clone, the clone attacks, okay? So a particularly intelligent dolphin probably could like flap about. It's gonna hit the space bar. The space bar is the biggest key on the keyboard. And, you know, it's well suited. I would also argue that a Signet of Rage Spellbreaker goes in combat. The Signet builds his adrenaline for free, alright? And if you bound full counter to the spacebar, a particularly intelligent dolphin might be able to, you know, do some stuff there. Because, you know, full counter, that's what you do on Warrior. That's it. There's not much more to it. It's fucking just full counter spam, baby. Dolphins type with Morse code spacebar. No, I'm sorry, guys. It's the holiday season. I don't mean to be rude to any of your dolphin family members or you know, cohorts. All right, I guess we are on to Frenzy now. So let's get the show on the road. I already read the Quaggan flavor text, so let's not worry about that. This is after tech. So let me have a quick look. Gonna make warriors, man. It's okay, they're only allowed to press a few buttons anyway. I can only assume that Warrior players type with just their index fingers, because that's all they need to play the game. So, they type so slow, I'm not particularly intimidated by them. Oh, tech is about to spawn! Oh, it's the Christmas spirit. Let's go wait at tech. I feel insulted, but you're right. I actually happen to be completely fair, I happen to think that Warrior is one of the more precise specializations you can play, professions you can play in. And Spellbreaker gameplay, I think, there's a lot of cheesy, easy, free shit in it, but I mean, everything meta has that stuff. I actually think that Warrior is pretty healthy and not bad. It's very fair, and it's... You rarely accidentally do stuff, right? A lot of... I'm being... No more irony or sarcasm. My genuine, like, observations and real opinions, they come from how often do you accidentally make plays, okay? The more your spec accidentally does stuff, the lower opinion I have of it. That's what it's about. If you're making plays without actively thinking about them, that's... I get a lower opinion. And Warrior... The only thing that a lot of warriors accidentally accomplish is killing and doing good damage with dodge rolls. Good warriors obviously think about that and do that, right? And that's fine. And, you know, I'm not even a great warrior, but I get to at least that level. I think about my dodges and do stuff with my dodges and how they're unblockable and stuff. But I would say that a lot of mediocre warriors and new warriors, they make accidental plays with their dodge rolls. And, yeah, there's still cheesy stuff, you know, like, oh, one great sword story is one shot the thief. There's stuff like that, and you know, but then every meta build has that. I don't get too scared, or you know, I'm happy to dismiss a certain level. So my opinion of Warrior and Warrior gameplay is not actually that low. Am I drunk? I might be a little bit buzzed. I had my last drink about 12 hours ago. About 4 o'clock in the morning, I had my last drink. And I was drinking a lot. Then I slept for about 6 hours, 7 hours. Woke up, sorted some stuff out. Came back home to a freezing cold house. I'm waiting for it to warm up, and I decided to stream. So here I am. I've probably got a lot still in my system, for sure. I'm probably, yeah, I'm in that middle ground between hungover and drunk. I actually like being awake in that middle ground because it stops me getting a headache and stuff. I might get a little bit congested. You might be able to hear it a little bit. But I like it a lot. My existence was an accident. What is your opinion of me, WP? I don't really care. I think a lot of people are accident. I'm probably an accident. That's one of those things where I just don't understand how that's an insult. I really don't. Like, how fucking stupid do you have to be to believe, to genuinely believe that every child was wanted? Are you an idiot? Of course not every child is wanted. Pregnancy is a fucking horrible, nasty thing to go through, really. And not everyone has the money. And not everyone has the time. Of course you're an accident. I think the vast majority of people are accidents. And they can become happy accidents. But let's be honest. And who cares anyway? Who cares? Whether you had initially decided to have the kids before your pregnancy or not, doesn't really matter, does it? There's no bearing on what kind of parent you'll be. Oh, I was only enthusiastic about being a parent after I got knocked up. Oh, who cares? You alright? Surprise. I'm the lucky planned baby. Anyway, I genuinely think it's more of an insult to be a planned baby, alright? Because to me, that suggests that your parents have a really shitty sex life. Or are like infertile and have health issues. That's what that suggests to me. I'm sorry, and there's going to be a lot of people in chat who are like, oh, I'm trying to make a baby. And I've just been really insulted. But in the world of insults, alright, I think they're both pretty mundane, alright? They're not even really conversation worthy. Yeah, here we are. But both are pretty mundane. But if one is an insult, I think the idea of having to plan to have a kid, like how sterile and like how little passion is there, really? Really? I mean, come on. Kids drunk and making fun of defenseless babies. I got a ton of question marks out of someone. What's the betting that that's like some newlywed that's like, I'm trying to make a baby and we can't. Like, you really shouldn't make fun of people in that situation. That must be a horrible situation. To wonder if you're infertile and really care. I mean, look, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. I have very little sympathy or empathy or like, I have very little in common with anyone who thinks that making a baby is a good move in their life. I'm sure it's great for some people at some place where they are, but I tend to my opinion of the world is that your quality of life is I'm gonna sort this support. Is gonna go so down to have a kid. It's like a lifelong thing now. It's like, what? Why? Take the money, take the career, take the personal liberties and freedoms that you've dreamed so much of as you grew up that you couldn't have when you were younger. No, you're just gonna throw that away by having a kid, are you? I just can't imagine it. I mean, that's probably a lot of it for me. I just can't imagine someone choosing to be a parent. Seems like such a crazy decision to me. But, you know, this is a really horrible conversation for Christmas. Because everyone's supposed to be in like a family mood right now. Oh, I should have done, let me do the aura support. Not aura support, do the support. 5 to 10% of kids have some form of fetal alcohol syndrome. I don't think women are idiots just because they might have a couple of drinks before realising they're pregnant. Well, you know, lose the you know, people can have alcohol issues, right? They can if people have their vices. And what, just because you're pregnant now, you're magically supposed to have that shit on lockdown? People struggle with things. I'm not that judgmental. Obviously, it's a terrible thing, right? I'm not suggesting any pregnant women drink. But I'm pretty empathetic for anyone who can't get their stuff under control. Just because you're pregnant, everything's magically supposed to be perfect. You're supposed to be this ultimate human that can handle every aspect of your life and your biology. No, that's just not the way it works. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me if more often than you'd expect, women are drinking more. Would I accept to review pop music all day, every day, if you got paid big money for it? Well, hold on. All day, every day. You've got to give me more on that. All day. What does that mean? Can I squeeze in YouTube? Can I have a hobby? And can I make my hobby work? Right? Can I keep covering the things I love? Can I build an audience I love? Right? Can I be wooden potatoes? Or does all day mean... No, you're on a 15-hour shift. You go home. It's like I'm in the US. Whee! No, alright. So, is it that? And then also, every day. Let's talk about that bit as well. Do I get to stop at some point? When do I enjoy this money? Because if I can stop, and then I have a load of money, yeah, I'd do it. Because I can return to my true passion, to my true heart's desire. Which is... Twitch.tv covering an increasingly fringe game. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Yes, I would. Yeah. Dude, come on. That's a doddle. I'm reviewing pop music. That's so beautiful. I would do that in a second. Are you offering? Are you a low-key like billionaire and you just haven't told anyone? I would do that easily. I would do that because look, there's something really wonderful about what you've just said, and I don't think you've realised it. It is destined to be great for me because within what you have said, you have suggested to me that the standard of my work and the quality of my work doesn't matter. That I'm reviewing pop music and you're paying me to do it, and it doesn't really matter like what the opinion is or how malformed or inept. So I could just be one of those soulless drones under the corporate whip, like 99% of humanity, and covering something I don't care about. But I'm making bank, and I go home. It's only an 8-hour day. I go home, and I live my life. I already don't have holidays. I already don't have weekends. I'll do it 7 days a week. I wouldn't do it 5. Like, I literally have no, like, conception of, like, a day off, and I haven't for years. So fuck it. I'll do it. So good. Aridin says, why pop review classical and death? Well, the idea of the thought experiment is that it's something banal and beneath my interest because I'm an arrogant, snobby little man. What about K-pop? Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I would review anything. Well, no. I mean, what do we mean money as well? I mean, that's the third dimension that you can play with, right? That's the third slider. How much money? Like, if you want me to review the consistency of the average United Kingdom poo, right? I don't know about that. I'm starting to struggle a little bit. The combat music's a tad too loud. Alright. Turn it down for you. It's just tech. I mean, it'll be okay. WP to review snuff films for perverts. Oh, why is a snuff film for a pervert? Do you know what a snuff film is? I don't think that's the domain of... Well, hold on. To me, when I think pervert, I think like sexual deviant. But maybe you can honestly say that people have a perverse interest in snuff. Maybe that's fair, I guess. Maybe that is a form of perversion. So since 99% of humanity is under the corporate whip, do you ever regret your decision to give it all up and follow your passion? Yeah, a lot, yeah. For sure. Just because I'm not in as stable or as good a place as I'd like to. You've got to understand though, everyone who is brave enough to try. That's very arrogant for me to say brave. I'm calling myself brave, I guess. But everyone who stupid enough, everyone who tries their own thing, any small business owner, any entrepreneur, anyone who owns a new thing, has a new concept, does a thing, right? The trade you're really making, when it really comes to down to brass tacks, okay? Let's assume your idea is good, okay? And you trust in it, and you know that there's a market and so on. Which I certainly did with the YouTube thing. The market has not been as big as I thought it was going to be, because Guild Wars 2 is not as successful as I thought it was going to be, and all that, but nonetheless, all that's a given. The actual rub of the matter is this: what you are trading is security. Following some corporation and working your way up and letting yourself be trained and get paid more year after year or year after year, like a little lemming, like everyone does, all right? That's perfectly fine and respectable. There's nothing wrong with that. But the real benefit of that is security. It's knowing you're not really accountable. To a certain extent, you're going to be accountable for your own actions and the people under you as you rise or whatever. But the truth is, like, you're not always under fear that your company is going belly up. I mean, that can happen too, for sure. But in general, you've got some security. That's what you're going for. You've traded your individual freedom and control for security. But if you try and strike out on your own, if you try and make your own thing, there's no more safety net. There's nothing. It's just a gaping abyss of darkness. Like, look at me, right? Like, at any job, I've talked about this once before. At any job, you expect a certain wage, and you're like, okay, this is what I get paid, and it's going to be that. That's what I get paid. And next year, hopefully, it will go up a bit, maybe, and maybe it will go up again. And if it doesn't go up like 3 years on end, you bitch and you whine and you moan and you say, oh, I'm not getting paid enough. It's not going towards inflation. Blah 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 blah. Right? That's the stress of the traditional life, right? Is it going up? But when you do like what I'm doing, that's not the stress anymore. The stress is it going down. Like for me, I earn less than I did before. Like Patreon is like way down, way down. People don't donate as much. People don't watch as much in some cases. It depends on the production, right? Like, so if you don't do it right, if you don't find whatever you need to do, you don't have that anymore. It's not just like security in terms of, oh, I might lose my job. It's just watching everything crumble around you. It's watching the money go down. It's like, oh shit. But like for me, it's not, oh, I hope I get more money next year. It's fuck, I hope it doesn't keep dropping. Oh god, it is dropping, it is dropping, it is dropping. You know, that's a whole other world of stress. That's what you're really inviting. That's the trade. Right? There's no more certainty. None. There's no assurance. That's just what you have. And it's all you. And you're on your own. And you know, that a lot of people can't hack that. I don't know if I can hack that, you know, long term. I don't know. So that, you know, you're not right and you're not wrong to be under the corporate whip. There are safety nets with that whip. Like, some people would just think that's unfathomable. Oh yeah, so I'm working just as hard, if not harder, day in, day out, and my money's going down. Is it? Oh, that's a lovely job. And what's your prospect for it going up? Fucking RNG. Real life RNG. That's it, pretty much. A very happy stream. Hey, they brought it up. What's my plan B if Guild Wars 2 stops being able to play the build? I have a few plan Bs. I don't really want to talk about that stuff really because I don't want to really give the impression to anyone that I'm going anywhere, that I'm changing, that I'm gonna leave, or that I don't think that should be relevant to any of you guys. I want you to see me as a rock. I want you to see me as, you know, this guy is fucking there. You know, this is the guy. Like, don't worry about it. If you're on my Patreon, if you joined my Patreon 3 years ago, you're going to get value out of that. I'm not going to bail on you. I'm here, all right? I'm doing this. This is what I'm doing. And I don't want to give any impression I'm fickle, or so. I don't think it's really worth me talking about all that other stuff. Not really. But yeah, you know, I'm a human being. It'd be crazy not to think about something. Plan B, nuke them all. Until there's only dolphins remaining. Is this my daily? Oh shit! Speaking of support. Thank you very much to Chemo for helping with the Guild Wars 2 Master Project. A fan. Hey, WP. I've been a fan of your content for some time now, though not monetary. Dude, you sent this 20 minutes ago. I feel it's time I showed some appreciation. Merry effing Christmas. Merry effing Christmas to you too. This is lovely. Thank you, man. 50 gold, 100 coins. Beautiful. Mwah, lovely. That's really, really wonderful. Thank you very, very, very much. Plan B, New World, baby. Second channel. I wouldn't do MMO coverage on a second channel. I wouldn't do that. It would be on Wood and Potatoes 1 for sure. I wouldn't just start again covering MMOs. Like that's very transferable. But and it's funny, you know, everything I just said about security, that's not true for a lot of other jobs. I mean, look at ArenaNet last year, right? 10 months ago. Look at that. Sorry, I'm having a drink. Yeah, thank you so much. That's really, really sweet of you. That was very, very lovely. I really do appreciate that. Let's open this. Set up the laurels. Get some assets from those. Didn't it used to be that you could always see laurels on the inventory screen or something? Because people used to always comment about my quantity of laurels, especially when I was on the stage server. Alright, so, with that done... Oh, we got to speak to some Quaggan now. Alright, Tech died. We've got to speak to a Quaggan. I'm guessing... Wrathwraith. Hold on. It's going to be the Quaggan that says, there's something in the water. Who... Is it a Quaggan that says that? Quetzalcoatl, because it's all packed. Plus, Hylic, right? Merry Xmas. Thank you, Lord Tim. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you too. Times Lament says, and that's how we want you to feel about us. Are your rocks? Yeah, I do feel that way about some of you for sure. Yeah. En masse, I really don't. But no one should be insulted by that. That's a judgment of large groups and just humans. I think people in general, like, you can't expect large groups to be anything less than, you know, predictably bored, or, you know, like they move around. They, you know, if you look at the way large groups work, they just kind of zerg around from thing to thing to thing, right? The interest is, what's the next outrage? What's the next big social issue to cling to? What's the next game? And they just move on really quick. Like, in terms of large groups, people are fickle and unforgiving and quite cruel, I think. I think humans in large groups are just, they're not nice. You shouldn't expect them to be nice. You should certainly not expect them to be a rock or stable. I mean, I've seen that myself, you know. I've seen that. Dude, I don't know. Who is it we need to speak to? I'm scared that I'm going to run out of time. This is from Ulpoon in Bruneloo Village. Bruneloo Village. Surely it's not. Anyone want to help? I'm asking, chat. Let's hear it. Would I rather be surrounded by people who you can rely on, or people who rely on you? I don't like relying on people. So, I guess people who can rely on me. At least there I feel like I have purpose and, yeah. Some, like... The fucking chest has disappeared now. I'm getting really scared. Is it the weighty point slightly north? I'm kind of freaking out here. Look for apple. Bacon's on the map. He says look for an apple. There's a mentor somewhere. Oh, here he is. Oh, yeah, there you go. Bruneloo waypoint. Yeah, I don't know. I guess people who can rely on me, maybe. But I really don't like asking for help. I really don't. Ulpoon, this guy here. Dude, why am I moving so slow? What? Quaggan. Oh shit. I'm sorry, Brunelli. It says Quaggan saw you kill Tech. Thank you. Quaggan regrets becoming a guard. Quaggan wants to go take the fight to the undead, but Quaggan was told he has to stay behind and guard things. Another one of my templates that didn't have Crate King slotted. Crate Kin slotted. No, I know the walk toggle, but I toggled it multiple times. I'm slamming the button right now, and I see no difference. Unless the bind I'm pressing is wrong. No, I do have... Oh, wow. Oh. I don't think the code's been good for my mouse. One of my Logitech buttons has lost some... like I can press it in it. Oh, no, it's cleaning up now. It's sorting itself out. Okay, good. All right, next. Vunaruva Friendship Bracelet. A token of friendship given by Wakaruku in the Bloodtide Coast after retrieving the Quaggan egg from Professor Portmat's lab. What? There's an egg in Portmat's lab. Let's hope it just randomly came from the chest and I have it in my inventory. And now I can just give it to them. Is it the hatchery? No, that's Breekily. There's Vunaruva. Yeah, I was pressing the bind button. I was toggling it on and off. I was hitting the button, but mechanically it wasn't connecting, I don't think. So even though I felt the physical feedback of it clicking and I felt it go down, I think underneath the plastic shell of the button that I was pressing, the metal wasn't actually connecting. Do I like this whale? I wish it was a bit bigger, though. I think they could have gone crazy with the whale. Just have it on a path that's definitely not near any like entities, so it doesn't clash in a weird way. It's you, it's Wairaguru. Here you go. Quaggan is sad. Little lightning man stole Quaggan's egg. Look at that face. Look at that. I found this in the nearby Inquest lab. Is it yours? Quaggan thanks you. Please take this bracelet as a symbol of Quaggan's gratitude. Okay, good. That one's easy. Next. A token of friendship given by Varunus Peruk in the Bloodtide Coast after helping him activate anemone. How do we say this word, guys? My instinct is anemones, but I think that's wrong, isn't it? Is it anemones? Or defending against the Risen? One of the other? This is Peruk. Where are you, Peruk? Let's see here. Which one of the collections has been my favourite? Well, that's very easy. It's Chuka and Champawat. Of the vanilla ones, probably the Colossus with the ooze that you cover yourself in and do various things. I think the Quip ones were pretty good as well, actually. Dancing in different places and throwing pheromones on people and stuff. That was pretty good. I think I'm wrong here. Oh no, Moraguru. Is that it at the Sanguine Bay? Oh, it doesn't say anywhere. I'm just gonna see. That flavor text is not very good. Yeah, the Colossus is the first one I did as well because I wanted the Gizmo too. Yeah, same. Exact same. How much did it cost? Dude, I did it years ago. I can't remember. I'm really sorry. I did it when it released. And even if I could remember, the number I would give you would be meaningless because it existed in a different level of inflation. Here we go. We're defending, so this might be good. I don't know what's going on with these here. There you go. That's the lightning cage. The double cage. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Simple Blades is not as bad as that. If Cougar's even here in chat. I think this is definitely worse. Simple Blades is more spammable and more persistent, I think. I mean, if you're really, really clean about overloading, where you instantly leave and you're fresh air and you instantly return, maybe, yeah, you can get some spam out of that one. I guess I'll just do this. Arcane Power. What a weird skill to add. Go with Blast, I guess. Yeah, I was just validating your opinion. I was saying that the lightning cage is really good, Cougar. Really good. Big. really offensive. Right, we're just waiting for more crates to come in. I remember grinding for levels on this in some of our earlier challenges. Do you guys remember that? We're pretty sure the next step in the collection is to defeat the Dune Chaser bounty in Vabi, but you need to swap to NA. I do need to swap to NA. I'm already getting going here, so I'm not going to swap to NA but, for this stream. But I do need to swap to NA for sure, I do. You're absolutely right. Oh, shit, are you serious? He interrupted us right at the end. He knew. One of the biggest plays I've ever seen a PvE mob make. He made me work, because, you know, that's the really intelligent play. Interrupting Tempests in their overload is very fun. But having the confidence and the precision and the understanding of the exact length of the cast time and doing it at the final tick just to make them waste as much time as possible and then not get value. Now we're cooking with gas. Right, I seem to have relatively killed chat. So, guys, how was your Christmases? Give me some stories. Give me something to bounce back off of. Let's see it. Let's hear. Let's hear some Christmas stories. What? I mean, it's still ongoing, really. So, what are your plans? They already get value? Yeah, but minor value doesn't really mean that much. Like taking Earth Overload. Ooh. Ooh, I was crippling people around me. Or a fire one. Ooh, I did a bit of might in the might spam days now. The only one that's of some value is the support Tempest is like vaguely healing people a little bit. But generally, the healing of a water overload is only really enough to sustain the cast. You do get the instant on activation effects now, which is kind of nice, that new patch. But again, I don't really like that. I think it's bloated. I think it's ridiculous that you get those. And air's obviously, air's okay pressure for sure. Especially for cleaving. Like if you're on a DPS-y kind of Tempest build against something like Mirage, where you can cleave all the clones with the air. Hit 3 targets at once. Like kill 3 clones, kill 3 clones, kill 3 clones, kill 3 clones, kill 3 clones. Drop a giant storm that will kill loads of them. Yeah, for sure, you can get a bit of value, but not that much. Underwater PvP map coming soon? I don't know. There are data mines of it. You can check my channel for data mine coverage of some, but none new, none contemporary. Which AI is better, the PvE ones or the PvP ones? The PvP AI. If you're talking about bots that people run in PvP, there's not many. They're very rare. I haven't seen any for a long time. But when they have been a thing, they're very sophisticated. They're very, very, very good. They can't deal with nav mesh, but neither can the PvE mobs. The people who built bots that could, like, you know, they're dealing with lots of skills and, you know, multiple skill bars and stuff, and a lot of mechanics. They're very good. They do obviously go for the lowest common denominator stuff, like just spam stuff on a scourge or like one shot. Some of the Condi burst combos that you can one-shot out on a bot are very, very strong on Mirage. So bots are very predisposed to being good at some of that stuff. So by the way, I need to go into the village. Hopefully I'm at the right place. This is obviously a Kraken place. What's the NPC name? It's the Voranos. So we just go into one of the buildings, I guess. Voranuk. Oh, this is one of those places again. This one's different though. This is a different top that you can comfortably swim in and around. Guards. I assume that he might be near the POI. Bacon says Veronuke's on me. Oh my god, all the way down there. Thank you, Bacon. Oh, I missed a donation, did I? Okay, let me have a look at that. I'm sorry, everyone. Hold the phone. If someone's donated, I'm definitely not going to ignore that. Let's see. Stream elements. And I'll read your stories about Christmas. Keep giving me Christmas stories. I'll read through them. We'll go through them. We've got a lot of progress to make. Oh, dude, I got $20 from Nature Death. Thank you, Nature Death. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. He just said Merry Christmas with a smiley face. That's really, really lovely of you. Thank you very, very, very much. I hope you had a great one. That's really sweet of you. Thank you. It's really weird to see me in this like wintry outfit out in the warm outside coast. Oh, we're on a defense again, it seems. Oh no, you've helped protect Quaggan's village. Please take the symbol of Quaggan's appreciation. That's lovely. This seems very simple. Token of friendship given by the Quaggan past keeper after defending him at the Malagan shrine in Gindaren. Ah, that's an easy one. You can't gift prime sub or give bits. Is it broken? I don't know. I don't use bits, so that's why you can't do that. If you'd like to support me with like donation-y things, I have just regular donations set up. And there's Patreon, which is where I'd rather you go. Sorry, but yeah, I've just never really used bits. There you go. This is the pass keeper. We just gotta make sure he doesn't die here. He is dying. Very slowly though. I guess I'll heal him. Oh my god, we're not on a support. Let's get a blind filled up maybe. Oh, it's these fucking treasure hunters. Someone's come along, opened the treasure hunter chest and clean up after themselves. I can't really be mad. That's exactly how I did that whole thing. Let's use the whirlpool, get them together, and then I'll AoE them after that. Let's get that pirate in as well. Come on. Oh, it's caught here in the dead anyway. So yeah. Alright, what was this about someone getting arrested? Just scroll up. Jules says, Christmas was great. My black sheep cousin did end up getting arrested the night before, apparently. Possession of meth. But she showed up at Christmas like nothing happened. I both love her and I hate her because she has a daughter that I love more and she treats that girl like shit. Wow. That's the true spirit of Christmas right there. Forced interaction with people you forgot you had seething feelings about. Well, that's, it's at least they're not arrested or in the slammer on Christmas. That's good. Exidian says, girlfriend and I painted Christmas balls for my family. We're given the balls to them on Saturday. One of them, cough, my girlfriend's, is better than the other. Well, no harm, no foul about that. There you go. You helped save Quaggan. Please take this symbol. The sad thing is, how many times did I come here and do this? Or something like this. I could have just spoken to this guy. And oh, no. I need to remember that I've only recently put a lot of these to T3. Like, I'm not cleaning that mess up. Oh, are they just always there? Is that actually the way it works? And they're not attacking him anymore. I don't know. The Gulp friendship bracelet. A token of friendship purchased from the guard Lugung in Snowdon after helping the Quaggan settle into their village. Now, this one I'm not so sure of. I'm guessing it's that kelp thing. This here. There's Gulp. So we'll see. Your Christmas, Rogalicious, was you worked 9 till 6, then you went home. It was fun. Nice 9-hour day right there. 9 to 6 shift. That brings back some memories for me, man. Our non-sterile dog was dry humping the goose Grandma cooked and left unattended for 10 minutes. Though sticky, we ate it nonetheless. I don't believe that. It's pretty funny though. That's very gross. What's the guy's name? Yeah, we can buy if you want. This is from Verona's Perump. Oh no, that's Malcolm's Leap. Wait, what? How did I? Oh, I went to the last one for some reason. Well, I mean, I don't mind. It's from Guard Lugung. We're gonna find Guard Lugung. I'll speak to this guy anyway, just in case. Oh, this isn't even someone watching the stream. Yeah, he was like, are you streaming? I was like, yeah. This is Kenny. I told a story about him a while ago. I used to PvP with him like way back in the day. Way back. Well, there's no event going on here. So I'm kind of happy I came early. Oh, no. Oh, he's just the heart guy. Noct says, I'm getting camped by Cormez as a lightning rod weaver. I'm not having fun, so. Well, that's Cormez. That's not it. This is a Quaggan friendship bracelet. Why is it scrolling? Hello? Why is it doing that? Something weird is going on. Is that my mouse doing that? Anyway, down here. Is it because I'm in combat? It's scrolling for some reason? It's not scrolling my camera. It was just in that menu. Is that something new that Guild Wars is doing? Right, let's get the hell out of Dodge here. Give all your hard-earned Christmas cash. Oh, I'm not reading that out. Sorry, but look, if people want to use Patreon, then they'll make the decision. I don't want to, like, just... I don't know. I don't want to do that. Let me scroll down. I'm way scrolled up. My brother bought me some D&D minis, so I have more tools in my game design when I run the campaign. Congrats. Christmas story. Yeah, you guys could tell me your gifts as well. I don't celebrate any holidays, so it was just another day for me. But I did get a ton of cleaning done. Nice. I did a lot of cleaning right before. So Voronos Parump in Malkoz's Leap after defending from the Risen Crate. So he's like up here, right? No. It's weird to have a Quaggan village in Ore. I kind of don't like it. I don't think it's a good idea. I get that it's kind of you can do some like fun ideas that they're really hardy Skrit and that they're they're really hardy Quaggan and they're battle wary and they're, you know, they have a very distinct kind of experience of fighting lots of Risen Crate and stuff. But I just think it undermines the threat of the Risen to too large of an extent. I don't think there should be anything living here. Undead villages, that's cool. I'm up for that. And I'm well aware that in the game they can represent all kinds of strife through dynamic events and stuff that these people are going through. I just, I'm not sure I buy it. I don't think it works. So we'll kill some of these, and this might double up for the objective. Yeah, Prime sub should work. When speaking, WP sounds like a sophisticated gentleman. When typing, he sounds like every douche bro out there. No, it depends who I'm talking to. I type to Kenny a little bit like that because, I don't know, that's the kind of... I don't know, I feel like he'd respond in a better way to me typing like that. If I'm typing to someone else, I might be more correct and I might be more, you know, I'll be less casual. I wouldn't type bro in the same way, right? You're talking about when I typed bro with all those R's or whatever. Risen strength 0%, and it's, oh, okay, because it was spawned on a boss. You know, I'll just change. I have a different face based on context, as most people do. Face theory, read about it. I doubled up on face theory in college because I learned about it with linguistics and I learned about it with one of the branches of psychology I was studying. You don't know if you want to spend the 150 mystic coins for winter's presents. It seems not worth it. But it's achievements and it's rewards. You know? Dude, this is anguish. I really should be on a better gear setup. What is face theory? It's essentially the idea that everyone shows a different side of themselves, a different face, based on their current environment, right? So like a really easy way to understand it and make you realize that you do it too is when you go meet your grandma, you're probably not dropping a bunch of C-bombs and N-bombs and F-bombs and all that kind of stuff. You're probably not swearing at all. You're probably being a little bit more respectful. You're probably being a little bit more reserved. You're maybe speaking a little bit more precisely. And the idea is that we face switch like unconsciously a lot of the time. For something like what I just said, that's quite a conscious, that's quite a surface thing. That's quite a, you know, obviously I'm doing that. Obviously I'm trying to be nice. But the point is that like, you do it constantly. Different friends groups, you will have different face for. Different you know, when you're at work, when you're at school, when you're wherever, you know, you can have multiple different parts of your life and you act very differently. And we tend to like augment ourselves and act a lot like, you know, we read the room and we do change ourselves to fit in, right? And it's not cowardly, and it's just, you know, we're social creatures. We're fucking apes, and we like to do that. We like to act a certain way that people respond to. And yeah, that's just the idea that you cannot be summed up by any one social interaction. You have to know them all. And that kind of builds into other stuff about identity, right? Like the real you. This isn't a sad thing I'm about to say, but the real you, pretty much no one on Earth will ever know. Only you know the real you. Really. Because only you are witnessed and a party to every face you own and every interaction you deal with. You helped save Kraken's village. Please take the symbol of Kraken's appreciation. Captain Suash in Lornar's Pass after he fulfills his dream to become a pirate captain. What? But was that not a tier 3 then? We did this like 2 days ago. Well, a bit longer than that, but still. But you don't even know yourself? Good. If you don't know yourself, good. I have more respect for a person who can openly acknowledge and be humble enough and intelligent enough to realize that whoever you are is a really complicated thing. You're not in complete control of every emotion, every outburst, every thought. I had a really weird moment the other day. So, I respect that. And I think, you know, if you think, oh, I know who I am. I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. To me, that stinks of like a certain ignorance and a certain arrogance and a certain unwillingness to change and a kind of a closed mind. And I don't respect that. I'm getting a phone call for some reason. Let me just text them. So, I say for some reason. It's because it's the Christmas period and everyone wants to see me. Alright, let's do this here. What are you gonna do now? Why do you want to be a pirate? So what's your next move? Why do you want to be a pirate? Who are we getting this from? So I never actually did the thing, right? So maybe I have to do it. Yeah, I had a weird moment the other day where I was like I was trying to be truly creative. I was trying to like get out of my own mind, and I was thinking how can I do that? How can I like find a part of me that didn't come from me? How can I like dig into something that doesn't belong to me, even though I'm the originator of it? Does that make sense? And I don't know, that probably sounds like gobbledygook. That probably sounds like I'm high as fuck. But I wasn't. I was just thinking, I thought, well, okay, here's a thing I can do. Here's something I can have absolutely no idea of where I'm going to go next. But I'm just going to tell myself to think of a random word. Just think of a word, any word. Just get a word. And whatever comes up, you won't have consciously got that. That won't be of you. That won't be yours. But I got right to the precipice of conjuring the word. And then I sort of stopped and I thought, oh, fuck, that doesn't work. Because whatever word comes up is still me. It's just a part of my brain that I did. Like, you guys can try it right now, right? Just stop. I'm going to count down from 5. And you just 5, 4, 3. Think of a word. What came up? Did you really control that? Whatever word you have right now. You can type it in chat if you want. Did you really control that? But it's still yours. It's still your brain. It's still a part of you. It's still who you are. And it just so happened I was quite hungry at the time. The word I came up with at the time was spaghetti. Because I did it afterwards. But I had that little moment. I was like, fuck, you can't. You can't get any. It's you. It's inescapable. Everything you did, whether it was conscious and deliberate or whether it was an accident, it's all still you. And anyway, to profess that you have all that shit figured out, fuck you. You're wrong. You don't have that figured out. If you do, you're a boring, like, baseless, one-dimensional fool. That's what you are. You don't have yourself figured out. No one does. Anyway, that's what my arrogant little view of it is. You can definitely figure out large trends of yourself, right? You can find things. I don't know. I get a bit stuck in this kind of, If you think too much like this and you act too much like this and your world is too like this, I think you just kind of get stuck in these places of inaction, you know. Yeah, what did you guys come up with? Yours was Jeff. You don't know a Jeff. Am I haunted? Woo! Woo! There you go. Look, we'll lower the tone a little bit. We'll make ghost noises on Christmas. I finished The Nightmare Before Christmas, by the way. It was definitely a great movie. It's definitely more about the art and the the visuals and stuff like that than any kind of deep plot or a real. There's not much to latch onto, really, is there? But it was a nice movie. I don't know what I'm doing. Should I just leave? I don't know how often this event comes up, though. The fact every time I've come here, he's just been standing there like that scares me. Because I think the event gets done really quick and he doesn't reset. And I mean, why has he got a flag? Why has he got a flag? I don't get it. Christmas is over, so we're on to Halloween. No, we're on to the Lunar New Year. Okay. Purple Breeze thought the word dog. That's a very charming, like, basic, like, sweet word to come up with, you know. Are we in the year of the rat, are we? Varanos Marluga, after clearing the poisonous urchins from the village in Snowdon. What the fuck? Are we already there? A different village? There are poisonous urchins in the village in Snowdon? Is this a village? Oh yeah, I guess it's up here. La Chouche. The free in-game gold festival, yeah. Well, they said they gave us a roadmap. There's some new stuff on there. You never know. Hello, what are we doing today? Legendary collections we are continuing. We're having some nice Boxing Day. There you go. Marluga. I don't remember ever doing a poisonous urchin thing. A lot of the dialogue is basic stuff. Oh, this is a cool name. Bullrobe. Dude, I wonder if that's taken as a character name. It's kind of a horrible name in some ways, but I love it that it's so horrible. Can you imagine having a character called Bullrobe? I feel like he should be a fat Norn. Warflop. You know, I went through all these names when I added the Quaggan to Stellaris in that mod. It's kind of an odd one. Bacon, if you were helping, do you just want to join the party? I'd get your icon if you just invite me. I sometimes fear that my choices are predetermined, like an illusion of choice type thing. Considering it's all me is comforting, even if decisions are shit. Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people can feel out of control with themselves, right? In one way or another, you know. And, you know, maybe you have anger issues. Maybe you have an alcohol problem. Maybe you have a gambling problem. Maybe you're, like, ludicrously overweight. You know, people are out of control in one way or another. And if your life... Well, let me put it another way. Very few people's life is exactly perfect and where it wants to be and how it is, how it could be. And a lot of those imperfections in our lives are things you can control. Dude, I should put this song on. This is more important than the waffle I'm coming up with.
It makes your flipper strong.
Oh, we missed it. They are things you control, but people don't have them controlled. And, you know, it would be a wonderful fantasy cartoon land if we lived in such a place where we could say, oh, just fix it. Just fix it. There you go. Just do it. Oh, do you have weak little nerdy arms? Here you go. This will be one that resonates with a lot of you in chat. Are you a thin little pencil? Do you want nice thick arms? Do you want to stop getting bullied by the mean boys? Do you want big muscles? Just get them then. Just do it. Just get them. The information's there. Google it and do it. Just do it. You know, it would be easy to say that that's the solution, but it's not. Because people don't have full control. Your consciousness is like this illusion that you do, but really, like, there's a lot of physiological and deeper stuff going on that holds you back and does kind of take control away. Of course, it would be very dangerous to just completely succumb to that. To become like, utterly nihilistic and say, well, screw it, I don't have control. I'm free now. I'm free to put effort in. Fuck it. It's over. That's the, you know, I won't try to get ripped. I won't try to quit drinking. I won't try to whatever. You can't do that. You do have to try and take some. But I think it's very obvious. You know, that word I just tried to get you guys to get. That's a very easy way, I found anyway, I think, to just realize how little control you have. It's so easy to just instantly be like, oh, actually, I have no idea what's going to come out of this hat. I'm going to put my hand in this hat. I have no idea what's going to come out. That's still you. It's just a silent, weird part of you. Maybe our perception of time is a construct of our brains, and we're well, okay, yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know. How many of you guys believe in fate in chat? Who believes in fate? Who doesn't? And I want you to go a bit deeper. I'm not talking about some romantic idea of just fate, all right? Where it's like, oh, we're fated to be in love, or any of that bullshit. But think a little bit deeper. Think a bit more sciencey about it, maybe. Think about, like, the implications of, like, okay, like, certain models of time travel, all right? Where if you acknowledge that certain models of time travel exist, doesn't that mean that we are fated? That you are in a world that has to go one way or another? Do any of you guys actually believe in that? I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you do. Because that's a dangerous thing as well to believe in. To, like, I think. It's just one of those things that just takes power away from you. I was fated to be a gambler. So whatever. And, you know, you can believe in, like, hard fate, you know, like true fate, like ultimate fate. That the universe is on a certain track. The simulation will go a certain way and it won't ever deviate. You can believe in that. But then you can also believe in other forms of fate. Like, I think genes are really dangerous, actually. I think the whole field of genetics and what the casual humans' understanding of them are, you know, just random people like you and me. Because I think they're often used as a weapon for people who don't want to try. Oh, I'm fat, but it's just because of my genes, you know. Yeah, I'm angry, but my dad used to get angry, so whatever. Or, you know, stuff like that. Like, that to me is very dangerous. I think people use genes in a very dangerous way to free themselves and to absolve them from their own vices. You shouldn't do that. I don't like believing in that. I hate believing. I really struggle when I'm forced to deal with the facts. It's like, no, you can't do this. You can't do this. Sorry, but you were born as man. You're never going to have a baby, right? So just get over it. You have to, there are some things that are preset. There are some, you are fated to not become pregnant. Sorry, but it went one way, not the other. But I don't like that. I like the control. I like to think that I have whatever I can do. I'm going to give up with this in a minute, because 2 in a row, I'm pretty bummed out. This is lame. Maybe we'll go back to Suash. Let's just go back 1 second and see Suash. Let's see. Yeah, and, you know, there's genetic defects that get passed down, definitely. And there's benefits to your genes as well. You know, I've enjoyed a life of, you know, I've got a really nice, like, quite, God, how arrogant is this? My genes have given me a pretty fucking decent body. Let me put it that way. You know, I've enjoyed a healthy life. I've enjoyed a nice, good, athletic, muscular frame. If I worked on it, it would go very well. You know, like I've got these benefits. You know, I don't have any of these hard barriers. So, you know, that's like an advantage. You know, that's a nice thing. Yeah, everyone knows going to school, right? And all of a sudden, some of your mates like hit puberty like really early or whatever, and they become like these fucking beasts. They become these titans. And you're like, what the fuck? You are like a specimen. They didn't work on that. They didn't try for that. They were just kids 2 seconds ago, just like you. But it was their genes, you know. So that's the thing. No, I'm not saying I'm muscular and athletic and shit. I don't have a lifestyle for that. I'm not trying to give you an impression I am. I'm saying genetically, If I had a lifestyle where I was working out a lot and where I was on my feet a lot and doing stuff a lot, I'd probably look pretty good. As it stands, you know, I don't tend those parts of my body, so they're not there. But my point is, genetically, there's an advantage, you know. Not everyone has that. Some people are born and they're like, oh, okay, I'm destined to be a 4'1" woman, right? Like, you have a very different body that's going to change the kind of things you can do. There are advantages I have that a person like that doesn't. And vice versa, you know. I could fit in very small spaces, for example. Is Suwash, like, doing anything? Yeah, I have no body. I'm a disembodied voice. That's the way I want it to be. No, we're talking about the high concept here. We're not just staring at a face cam in the corner like a little ape, right? That's taking like 90% of our focus, even though it's the game we should be watching. We're looking at the game, and we're just thinking. We're engaging our brains, all right? All right? We are not monkeys here, okay? We are thinking. We are being cerebral. We are flaring our synapses. God, the pretension. I can't handle it. This is so pretentious. Do I have party chat off? Oh, no, I don't. I just wasn't looking because I am a monkey. You just missed the defend event for Suwash. I'll wait here and watch if you want to go to the next one. Oh, dude, that'll be amazing. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. Yeah, that's really, really awesome. So, yeah, let's go to Varonos Kasplip. Oh, that's my favorite village name. Mosh Poi Poi. We are going to Mosh Poi Poi in Frostgorge Sound. It's strange how much we value things about people that we can't control. What do you mean, like what? We are not monkeys, the monkey lord. You can be the lord of the apes without being one. Look at Tarzan. I mean, that's literally the subheader of that novel, right? Gripping stuff, by the way. Big recommendation. Good to read at lunch at work. That's what I did. That's when I read Tarzan. Fate isn't meant to be a concept for people to lean on as fate. Well, hold on. What are you doing? You're acting like fate is meant as anything. I didn't say it's anything. I say people use it for certain things, and it's a dangerous thing to have in your life because it's an easy crutch to fall into. What do you mean fate is meant? You can't dictate to me what fate is meant to be. There is no consensus. There's no broad global human view on exactly what fate is. All right, this is just your opinion. There's some dogmatism right at the start of your message here that I immediately disagree with. But anyway, it isn't meant to be a concept for people to lean on as their own reason for passing the buck. It's meant more of a concept of things that do happen and aren't always within our control. Yeah, and I think what you said there is really cool. I think that in that sense, it's a very healthy thing because it's easy to become a control freak and it's easy to become depressed and like miserable if you think that everything is a lever you can pull. Everything is a button that can be pressed and fixed. And some people just everyone at some point in their life, and the later the better, I guess, will realize there are some fucking hard boundaries you can't do anything about. And then having like fate, I guess, is worthwhile to you there for sure, I think, yeah. Because it kind of lets you say, look, chill out. But I don't know. I don't like the idea of fate. I don't like it at all. But, you know, I guess there's kind of that, like, what do we call that? Like a mathematic, like the programmer's mindset, you know. I think there's a kind of a version of fate that I can, like, that I think is really fun to think about, right? And it's this. It's the idea that fate is, like, there is such a thing as fate because there's no such thing as true RNG. There's some really cool discussions and videos on the internet about random number generation. Like, what is random? Like, just even that question, all on its own. What is random? What does that mean? Is cool. And, like, the idea of fate kind of comes into that to a certain extent. Like, okay, in theory, could you not figure out what the computer was going to do before it rolled that random number based on how it rolled it. In theory, with sophisticated enough computers, can you not genuinely predict the weather, not just in an hour, but in the rest of the day, tomorrow, like with 100% accuracy? Eventually, you could figure that out. So, and then if you can model and predict weather perfectly, and you can put everything you need in and scale it all perfectly, and you can mimic real life, right? Then is the weather not fated to be one way or another? You know, I mean, external factors then come in and manipulate. But maybe if you learn enough, if you had enough computing power, if you really could figure it out, is it not true you can figure everything out? Can you not figure out this exact combination of cells at this specific time with these genes, with this, and this, these atoms with these electrons in this configuration at this exact fucking frame of the simulation that is real life, will create a baby that is destined in this exact environment, in this thing, which it is at the moment, and this is going to happen, and this is going to... Will it not alter... You know, with enough thought, maybe everything is predefined. And that baby, we can exactly model exactly how it will grow up, exactly what career it have, exactly where it will be on December the 12th, 2049. It's going to do this, and that's going to mean it interacts with this, which means there's going to be this baby, which means that, you know, blah, 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 blah. Everything can be modeled. This ant is going to be here because I know that it will be spawned from this queen, from this hive, because I knew that this hive was going to be here. In theory, and if you do subscribe to that, if you do really believe that with sufficient computing power and sufficient intelligence and sufficient modeling, everything is trackable. That's a form of fate, isn't it? Haven't you just removed the world of all agency? So maybe the true beauty of life is its unpredictability. I mean, that's a pretty banal thing to say, but I think a lot of people would stand with it. I need to find this fucking guy before the place gets attacked again. What's his name? His name is... Casplip? Casplip. I feel like I laboured the point a bit there, but there you have it. I feel like you should read the wiki page on quantum indeterminacy, WP. Listen, guys, what often happens is I'll ramble some bullshit out, right? And then you'll go, oh, you should read this book. Oh, you should look at this study. And you'll give me like a real term, like an actual academic source, like where real brains have looked at a thing. And I'll be like, nah, fuck that. I don't want to do it. Actual research? Actually learning about what I'm waffling about? Nah. I'll just play some Guild Wars. Is that okay? I like to think I'm not alone in this lazy... What's the phrase? It's like a French term. Laissez-faire. Kind of outlook. It's okay, see? So I can pretend I'm an intellectual. I can delude myself because I've done some basic rudimentary everyman conceptualizing. But not put any more effort in. That qualifies me, right? That qualifies me. It qualified me to make Guild Wars 2 videos. Actually, that's not true. I did end up going the extra mile with Guild Wars. At some point, you do have to put effort in. Yo, are the Claw of Jormag wings in the water? I don't see him. I thought for a second that was bacon over there. Dude, what? This is really lame. I'm not actually having any fun. I don't just want to look at a wiki and think, oh, like I'm playing Connect the Dots or fucking color paint by numbers, where I just go to each little place following a map. Come on, give me a real experience. But this isn't an experience. This is just swimming, swimming, swimming all day long. Guild Wars 2 videos are the most intellectual thing you can do. Dosty, that was genuinely depressing to read. That was genuinely mean and depressing to read, I have to say. Maybe it was nice when you weren't at the streams. You're not having fun because you're waffling about inconsequential philosophical drivel and trying to explain your inner workings to people who just want to see Guild Wars gameplay. Alright. Okay, so we're playing Guild Wars. And here's a villager. And here's a jellyfish. And that's not the NPC I'm looking for. And this isn't NPC I'm looking for. Sorry guys, Cherry Tunes doesn't want to talk or do anything about Guild Wars, and he's just spoken for the whole audience. He says that no one wants to do anything except watch Guild Wars. So this is what we're going to do now. So that's not the NPC. Here's the NPC. What's wrong with warm water? But there are many Kragans. Okay, he didn't give us the item. I guess because I was too late. So now we'll go to the next one. So now we go to Qualdup after helping him train the trainees. That's at the Olympic area. So let's go to Qualdup. So let's swim down. So let's see if it's the heart vendor first. It is the heart vendor. He's 3 levels lower than me. It's this thing down here. So let's look at the next one. So it's Tulip Varanus after the Quaggan games are complete. So that's an event. So let's go see where he might be. Maybe he's in a big building. This is a big building. This is Quigsa. We already did a thing in here before. Sag's Glop. I don't see anyone in there. I think the Quaggan games are more to the south, so I'm going to go down there. This guy's telling me about an event. I think he gave me a personal waypoint. He did. So I'm going to add lightning flash. I'm going to lightning flash to the salmon. So I don't see anyone. But he might give me an event. I don't know what a shimmer bauble is. I don't want to do any events until I see that they're near Sag's Glop. I wonder if he's under the kelp. But I'm pretty sure there's no NPCs there. I'm going to go to the wiki. I don't remember if it's an S or a Z. It's an S and a Z. Saz Glop. It doesn't have the page, but maybe when I search it will come up. It did. Apparently he's at Terra Bloop Waves. I'm at the Dimitri Waters. I don't know what the Terra Bloop Waves are. I'm going to click that page. It's really far south. I had no idea. We have to get out of combat. Go back to that salmon. Get rid of the chill. Waypointing won't do much, but the silver isn't a big price to pay. I'm going to check inside this building before I move too far. There's nobody there. I don't think I want to go further south. This is the village after all. There he is. Now the question is if we need to do an event or not. I do need to do the event. I didn't get a message from Bacon. So there's lots of events we can do on this one. We need to go to Timberline Falls. To Plipdulp. I don't remember any Quaggan villages in Timberline. I just remember it. Oh, mind you, I do actually. I remember these Quaggan. Oh, wait, is it down here? This is Okinaru. I'll check at Okinaru first. Oh, he said come quick to the false lake. The event is up. I'm not allowed to mount in that area. I guess because it's too near Griffin Rook Run. Even though it doesn't look like it. So we have 3 of 8 pirate waves to defeat. We have 4 of 8 pirate waves to defeat. We have 5 of 8 pirate waves to defeat. We have 6 of 8 pirate waves to defeat. Those 2 dinged up really quickly. I guess that's Corteria. Sorry, I need to get back in my lane. I should review Corteria. I need to talk about the gameplay. That's 7 of 8. There you go, that's 8 of 8. Now when we speak to him, we got Frenzy 3. You helped Quaggan. Please take this symbol of Quaggan's appreciated. Thank you, Bacon, for that. So let's try to find this again. Plipdulp. It talked about a crate tower. Obviously this is a crate tower. But the Quaggan don't live near it. There are no other crate on the map, so I'm going to try anyway. Thank you, Mr. Fantasia, for a $5 donation. I'm glad you're enjoying the gameplay commentary, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm looking, but I can't see it. I don't really have an update for you just yet. I'm looking and I don't see it. Sorry to repeat myself there, guys. I don't mean to be low quality. Let's go into the cave. waypoint is contested, which could be a good thing if that means we get to do the event and then we can get the reward immediately. But the question is this actually called Plipdulp? Honestly, I don't think so. They're being harassed by a giant shark. Arusha is a repair vendor that's dead. There was nothing in that house. Bacon managed to find him. So I'm going to the red ping that I saw. The shark just died. Oh, it's up out of the water. Plipdulp has his own event. Plipdulp is blue. I guess we're going to train these things. Oh. Not really interested in the Quaggin story. I'm using Fire Overload and the Meteor Shower because I'll get Mike from the Overload, and the Meteor Shower will do big damage if I get high RNG. I also had a Time Warp for quickness, which means that the Overload was quick and the Meteor Shower was quick, even though they are both long casts. Plipdulp won't speak to me. Holy fuck. Dude, come on now. $25? Such commentary, much wow. $25? Are you insane? Dude, that's ridiculous. Thank you very much for that. That's really nice. I'm really glad that you're enjoying the Guild Wars 2 commentary. I mean, we're here to watch Guild Wars, right? So I'm really, really happy. Thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, I'll give you, I mean, as much of this as you want, for sure. I didn't realize putting effort in this is what putting effort in looked like. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad this is, thank you, honestly. Okay, so let's get back to it. So, Plipdulp still isn't speaking to me. I'm wondering if I bugged it. Oh my god, we got another donation. Koslifdar. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Well, I don't really want to talk about that. It's not really Guild Warsy. But thank you very much for the $15. And whatever's going on IRL, I mean, that's cool. But if you look at the title, it's Guild Wars 2 Master, and the category says Guild Wars 2. So I'm just gonna keep talking about that. But thank you, that's really, really nice. $15, that's a huge amount. That's a lovely, lovely Christmas present. Yeah, I hope your day's been good. Sorry, all right, I'm back to it. Okay, so back to Plipdulp. Speaking to him now worked. He said thank you, and I got a ding. We're now 83% done. So let's try Marluga again with the Snowden Drift urchins. It's more efficient this way for waypoint costs. So here's Varanus Marluga. Level 22. I'm going to exhaust the conversation options. It doesn't look like anything's going on. Let's put the dialogue on. I don't see why we should have it muted ever. So let's look at another one instead. Whoops, I clicked the dreamer, not rage. That's my mistake. I fixed it now. So Cass Blip wanted Mosh Poi Poi defended in Frostgorge. So let's go back to Mosh Poi Poi. And we already tried the heart vendor. I wonder how often the defense event comes up. Oh, I got a mail. Oh wow, it's 25 quartz and a bottle of red wine. Hey WP, I started watching your stream VODs on YouTube at episode... Sorry, I don't really want to talk about... Let me just read this ahead, see if it's about Guild Wars. I did remember my quartz today, so thank you. I'm going to send that back. That's a nice story. What the fuck? What? Razgriz is also enjoying the commentary. Razgriz 446 just tipped $30, which I know that that's not like a Guild Warsy thing, but thank you. Oh my god, that's so lovely. I'm really happy you're enjoying the show, man. And that you think, he says with his message that commentary is on point. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Wow. That's crazy. You guys are just so generous. Thank you. But again, as much as I enjoy your generosity, I really think we should be, you know. Let's see if we can find the defense event, shall we? I don't have much to do here, so I'm going to try another one. Let's go to Tulip Varanos after the Kragan Games to the south. And let's see if that one's up. There is some kind of an event. Oh, I went too far south. I'm not enjoying this collection. Bacon is waiting at the Urchin event. I'm going to do another collection. The next one on the list is Kraken 3, Venom. I needed to get a humming crate crystal dropped from a crate Hypnos. And now I need to get a crate focusing crystal by holding in my inventory while communing with a crate altar to capture its animus. I purchased this recipe from Grandmaster Craftsman Hobbs. So I'm going to my crafting tab and I'm going to type crate. It's this. No, it's not. Is it that? No, it's this. Legendary component. It's 5 charged quartz. That makes me unreasonably angry. I'm not going to be able to do Kraken 3. Let's go to Frostfang 2. That's a T2. That's my mistake. I clicked the eye to turn Frostfang 2 on because I was going to use this user interface to see it. But then I realized I made a mistake. So this eye, I clicked the eye again and it took the thing off of the user interface. So now it's not on the user interface. So now I'm going to click Bifrost. And I'm going to do it again. That's why Bifrost is now here. So I need a jar of red paint. So I'm going to type paint. So there is a jar of blue paint, a jar of green paint, there is a jar of orange paint, there is a jar of purple paint, there is a jar of red paint, there is a jar of yellow paint, and an exotic paintbrush, which I already have one. We crafted that. Oh my god, QuickBeam. QuickBeam donated me $30 and he said, if you break character reading this, then I'm using chargeback Kappa. And that was $30. But for real, thank you for that. That's really lovely of you. I do. Thank you. We need cobalt salts, which come from iron ore. This was also a difficult collection. So again, I'm going to skip this one for now. I'm going to click the eyeball. And then over here, I'm going to click legendary weapons, which will show me all of my legendary weapons. And then I'm going to go to... These are all T2s, so I can't do these. That's why I'm using my mouse to move past them. Right, I'm going past them. This is the next T3. It's also an underwater legendary. Kamahali Kataki. I've clicked the eyeball, as described. This is Bloody Bill's Plunge. Dive into the water using diving goggles near Bloody Bill's base in Bloodtide Coast. If I remember, that's about halfway up the map. Actually, it's not halfway up the map. It's like here. This is Bloody Bill's base. It's in the north of the map. I'm using the Springer to get up the hill quicker than I ordinarily would be able to. The Skimmer skin is the dynamic exosuit skin, which appeared on the gem store. I've just remembered that there was a gem store update on Christmas Eve, which we haven't covered. That includes all of these Mistborn licenses, which I need 5,000 gems to be able to buy. So we can get 2,000 for 700 gold, but that's quite a lot of money. So I'm not sure about that just yet. But this was all that came. They didn't add anything else. It was just these mount licenses. That was all. But if I spend the 5,000, I can just get them all at once. See this? 15, and there are 15 holes here. There's this mount, and then there's this mount, and there's this mount, and several more. So maybe we'll look at that later. Maybe these are amazing donations. I can wait for it. Sorry, I know I'm talking about a donation there, but I can use it to turn into gems, which is a Guild Wars 2 thing. And with the gems, maybe we can get them out. So, if you'll forgive that brief sidebar. We were looking for diving goggles. Fantasia has a Guild Wars topic in chat. He says that the branded roller beetle is really good and it leaves a dyeable brand as you roll and the trail's super long. That's quite exciting to me. Maybe I'll dye that. Okay, diving goggles. I'm assuming they're high. But they should be into water, so maybe it's over here. On the mini-map, I can see what looks like a pier. It does turn out to be over here. I'm using lava font before meteor shower this time, because the overload wasn't available. And the lava font can tick for damage while the meteor shower is being cast. So now I'm not moving because of the torment. I used the skill 3 because of muscle memory rather than anything else. I'm used to getting burning on the target, so I do extra damage. I probably shouldn't have pressed the skill 3. I'm not moving now because of immobilization. I'm using water achievement to heal here. Okay, now I'm jumping in the water with diving goggles. And we got the thing. It looks like there'll be several diving goggle objectives coming up. Whoa, I got a black line delivery. Holy shit, we got a mount. Happy Winter's Day. How's the new Grenth Dwayner lore fit into old Winter's Days? The new Grenth Dwayner lore? I'm not aware of there being any new Grenth Dwayner lore. Grenth was opposed to Dwayner in Winter's Day before. That was like the configuration. Unless I've missed something about the game. Oh, hold on. You're saying like the Path of Fire revelations and the idea that the gods have kind of left. There's been like a harder exodus. Well, I think the origins of the festival, being the combating of the two gods, may not be overseen by the gods themselves anymore. But the people still celebrate it. It's still tradition. And so it still kind of goes on. But it's more orchestrated by the people rather than under the direct noses of the gods themselves. Or the avatars of the gods. This is really lovely of you. Thank you so much for Mistborn mount license. Let's click this and then let's see what mount we get out of it. Thank you. Wow, I got my favorite mount out of it. That's really fantastic. Thank you. That's literally the favorite of the set. And I will run that right here, right now. I really, really, really like that mount. Thank you. That, of course, complicates the idea of doing the full pack, since we now lose a bit of value, but maybe it's okay. Maybe I shouldn't worry about that. Hell, I even like the icon. Wow, and I like the way that it died as well. I'm currently unable to mount. I keep clicking the button to try and mount and it's not working. You can read that in the middle of the screen. Base die for Lithosaur is better. I'm sorry I coughed. I'm sorry. Oh, the Lithosaur's the name. It's not a dye colour. That was a bit stupid of me. I'm sorry guys about that. I wasn't very Tyrion. Okay. I'm in combat now, so even if I could mount, this Drake's attacking me. Oh, we got a mail. Hello, Guild Wars 2 WP. I Guild Wars 2, hope Guild Wars 2, you Guild Wars 2, enjoyed Guild Wars 2, your Guild Wars 2, Winters Guild Wars 2, Dave Guild Wars 2. I Guild Wars 2, tried Guild Wars 2, Guild Wars 2, only Guild Wars 2, talk Guild Wars 2, about Guild Wars 2, Guild War 2, Guild Wars 2, related, Guild Wars 2, topic, Guild Wars 2. Kato. I'm not sure we should really... So we get some fireworks and two things. It's like the Lunar New Year daily. That's a festival. Thank you. That's really nice. Hello WP. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. Well, we're not really talking about Christmas today, but thank you. And may the RNG gods be with you. This is really lovely. 250 Winter's Day gifts is very incredible because I might get charged quartz out of it. I really, really appreciate that. Thanks. Let's open them up and just see what happens. There are some rarer stuff that can come out of this object, but this container is consumable. But I'm not really banking on those. It's just charged quartz that makes them worthwhile to me. They're kind of that good middle ground of semi-rare. Looks like I didn't get lucky, but I really appreciate that nonetheless. And all the excess materials and stuff can definitely be sold or wrapped up as gifts for the orphan thing. Thank you very much for the sub there, George, as well. George with a J and a G. It's pretty funny. I've forgotten what I was doing. So let's see. Oh, I was just trying to leave. Oh, I was trying to see the mount. Why am I currently unable to mount? It's because I'm in a swimsuit, that's why. So there you go, that's the Lithosol. Look at how cool that is. It does remind me of something, but I don't think it's in Guild Wars. So, yeah. Alright, let's move on to the next one. So we're going to... Oh, I should check chat and see if an event's up. It doesn't look like there is. So let's go to the Titan Sponge. Dive off the bridge using diving goggles in the Caledon Forest. Very simple. Oh my god, someone sent another one. Sincerely, the best dressed Mesmer NA. Best dressed Mesmer NA. I have an idea who this is, but it's a player. It's not really in the game, so... But thank you. Wow, an adoption license. Did we just get another one? We did get another one. Wow. And no message on this one. This is really generous. To the people out there watching this, I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. Let's do it. I mean, the word thank you feels like it's losing some meaning here, but I'm unbelievably sincere. Thank you. Holy crap! So let's just open some more. So we get the speckled short fang. This is a sky scale skin, and its face is very reminiscent of something. But again, it's not a Guild Wars 2 topic. So, but yeah, check it out. That's the sky scale. I'm sure it can be dyed in some interesting ways. And then open another. Okay, so this is the Ley Guardian. I think there's some other Ley Guardians already. And I have those. So this is really lovely, the Exalted Ley Volta. Getting these mounts is very, very, very good because... I have some stuff I want to do. It's not really the game, but the more I have unlocked in the game, the better. And I'm kind of... Well, I'll leave it there, I guess. But thank you. This is really, really nice. That helps a lot. Thank you. That's the Exalted Ley thing, I think it is. There you go. I messed that up. Okay. I'm going to remember to take the swimsuit off this time. Oh, it automatically came off, which is what I thought the mechanic was. So I wonder why it didn't automatically come off at Bloody Bill's plunge. Next there's the Mauser's plunge, which is the diving goggles at the final jumping puzzle of the core game. I'll be able to use the skimmer here and sail all the way down. I would have gone to a lower waypoint, but many of them are often contested. And it's the bottom corner anyway, so we want to be on the water. It appears our new skin culled out. Oh no, it's back. I can see it.
Break you.
I've been kicked off of my mount because it's a jumping puzzle. I don't remember this one being particularly challenging. These risen raptors look super creepy. I wish they were used in the game more. Their eyes, in particular, are fantastic. I fell off that jump. Moo Reaper does have a Guild Wars question. Do I know if the devs have ever said anything about text string limitations with NPC speech and the new book tech? Why don't we get longer volumes of text? I believe when they came out they did, yeah. Now that is about Guild Wars, and I appreciate that, but it's not strictly about what we're doing here. So it's about the gameplay, really. So we'll leave it there.
Return! Die!
So I've collected the goggles and used them. I was a little bit worried that if I was in combat, I wouldn't be allowed to pick them up. But that doesn't seem to have happened because I was able to pick them up. So now I'm going to go to the ones at the Cathedral of Verdance in the same map, which is contested. I could fight for that cathedral since it's contested. And I would probably ding a lot of legendary collections if I did it. So if I get the opportunity, I think that I will. The fact that there's a mentor on that beach where I know there's a specific defense event suggests to me that that's where the event is right now. So I think I'll go play that. I kind of wanted to do all the temples in a row, but there's no way I can really do all the temples in a row. But anyway, we probably shouldn't talk about the temples for the night. I'm accepting that request for someone to join the party. If this event scales a lot, we can get a lot of stuff, but it looks like it won't scale a lot because there is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people here. They're also stealing the tags from me since I'm on a support build. Alright, I think I'm done. I think I'm done, guys. I think I'm done, because in chat, this FromLock person's appeared in chat, and I don't know, there's like a sincere new person. Alright, look, we're done. FromLock says, first time caller, long time listener, how does one get back into Guild Wars 2 without getting overwhelmed? My instinct is to start from scratch. However, I'm pretty sure everyone has moved on from the earlier areas, dungeons, etc. Love heart, love the channel. Dude, thank you. That's really nice of you. I would say to you that to stop yourself getting overwhelmed, you should really look at like individual little bits of the game and portion them off. If you try to do everything straight away, yeah, you're going to get overwhelmed. And if you try to read about everything straight away, you're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to have that weird experience where everyone's using a ton of terms you don't understand. You're going to feel like an alien and all that. Don't worry about that. Just pick something that's like tangible and go for it. And no one's judging you or anything like that. No, there's no rush, there's no pressure to chase and get really far. No one's sitting around, you know, desperately gearing right now for the next patch or anything like that. It's not that kind of MMO, and we don't even have a fucking expansion on the horizon, so you really don't have to worry. Just pick whatever. And I would also say, don't be scared to do dungeons. If you have at least one friend in the game, just join the dungeon with that one friend. Post on LFG. All you have to do is just hit your friends list, second tab, go to the little dungeon section here, and just make a post in whatever dungeon. You just click this, advertise your group. That's it. And people will be there, right? Like, I just click this randomly. There's 2 groups forming. There'll be loads in. The idea that dungeons are dead is a lie. They're not dead. You can play them, and you just need to create your own little LFG. People will fill in. No one, and you don't have to be nervous about that either. They're not going to be, like, joining in and, like, oh, this guy's a noob. Because they're not intense. They're not intense gameplay, you know. They're a told story. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I don't want to leave someone with a sincere, real question. I don't like the idea that people are coming to the stream and getting some impression that I'm some fucking dog shit moron that puts no effort in. But hey. Your disappointment is immeasurable and your day is ruined. And I didn't really like how we fell into a thing of ignoring chat for the art. Yeah, really worked. So So yeah, they're less alive than fractals, but not completely dead. Yeah, that's a great question. That's a great. Wow, that's not even a great way of phrasing it. They're not dead at all, really. I don't think. I mean, everyone has a different bar for what dead means, but doing the bit was effort in itself. What? I guess. But only because I do have opinions. You can get that experience wherever you like, really. I mean, it's not hard to sit in front of a game and just say what you see. That's not hard. There's nothing to that, you know. One of the biggest problems, I think, with people starting channels and trying to do this is that's what they think it is. They think it's just like a casual, relaxed laugh, and everything's pleasant and hilarious and funny, and you just say what you see, and that's it. That's the whole gig. And maybe some people in the early, like late 2010s, as it was kicking off, got a bit of a springboard from that, but it really, I don't know. I don't have to make any point. I mean, we've seen what we've seen. Yeah, you could do a dungeon for different runes and stuff like that, for sure. Guys, you've been really generous, like ridiculously generous. I can't believe I got given those mounts there. That's so nice. And the money. What the hell? The money. Guys, those donations are crazy. Someone said in chat a second ago, looks like I'll be able to pay my rent this Christmas. Yes. Thank you. I mean, hell yeah.
Take the
For sure.
scenic route getting here?
Navigating here can be a mite difficult.
Might?
Check my donations again. Did I miss one? Oh, I'm so sorry if I missed one.
Stand down. Had I
Oh,
jabbed at
fuck.
You would feel it.
Oh, wow.
You
That
did
it's
well
probably a good
securing
thing I
this
missed that. That might have created
Now
a
leave
weird
the
thing.
rest to us. You've
Oh, that was
earned
before
what rest
George.
this forsaken
Anonymous
land can
tipped
afford
me
you.
$25. Holy
sure
fuck. So I
keep
got
my
about
break
$100 there.
Short.
Guys, wow.
For you fresh troops, we have to take that
How much
temple.
money will
Their
Freak
corrupted
WP
god
out?
statues continue to menace our forces.
It says
If we're
for
going to push to Allah,
$25.
we need to take them out.
Thank you very
Well
much.
said.
I mean, it's
Now
all
who's
freaking
with
me
us?
out.
Let's get this
So someone
done.
sent 2 people sent 30. 2. We got $30 twice. I mean, yeah, that's way more than I ever would have imagined. That's
Is
so
there no end to the
amazing
vision?
of you all. Thank you. Another meal. Is there an event I can camp? Still am eating half my lunch. Oh, for Frenzy, Rage. Yeah, I mean, loads of them. The Olympic one. Bacon said that one of them bugs. So, I don't know. There's Sazglop.
Over already?
There's Casplip. And there's Maluga. All 3 of those. The donations were because of expansion level stream content. Doesn't realize how great this stream expansion level. I mean, you guys joke, but you know, when an expansion comes out and when they do big stuff, you can go. You can go to Twitch. You can get exactly that experience. If that's what you want, you can get exactly that experience anywhere. People would happily do that. Oh, an expansion came out. Okay. I'm on a raptor. I'm wandering around the desert. I'm listening to dialogue. I mean, they wouldn't articulate every little bit, but to a certain degree, you can find like husks if you want one. If you want something that doesn't do anything. Depression stream. I mean, I gotta say as well, as ironic as I'm being or whatever, it was kind of nice to just fucking like no energy. Like, one thing that people often think is like it's really easy to just sit and do this, and it is comparatively. It's a doddle, right? I'm not trying to argue any other way, but
We've secured the center of
it
the
does
temple.
take energy. You do have to like
need a
put
few
a
moments
oomph
to
in.
begin
You
the
have to do
disabling
things,
process.
right?
You smell
But if you
that?
do what I just
Something
did,
foul is
dude,
coming.
you can just chill out, like literally, like just completely zone out.
You will
I may as well have
suffer
not had the
as
stream
our
up.
land is
I could have just chilled. That's really weird to me. Why are there orchids? Well, when Draconis Mons came out,
Lay down your weapon.
there was a system to do with it. I can't remember what. Yeah, it's like a one-time thing, as is so often the case. So I'm soothing mist support
There
here.
is no shelter
Oh.
from the will of
And he just
Zaitan.
punted us away. What a bastard. Yeah, no, I was certainly not depressed. I was not depressed. $666, yeah, that would freak me out. I've never had a donation like that.
You cannot win.
I don't think anyone who watches me has that kind of money anyway. But yeah, that's a huge amount of money. I don't think I'll ever get a donation like that. That's crazy. Right, he died, but I didn't get any dings. Oh, it's after the defense, right? The defense is a part of claiming the temple.
Raised it as a horror.
A lot of them actually have this extra defense phase
Let's
that I
hope it
often
was
don't think
alone.
about.
And get to work shutting down this temple.
It's the biggest I ever got.
Over already?
I think once,
Seems
like
quiet for the
years.
moment.
I can't remember.
Let me set up the interrupter.
I've had a few
Do it quickly.
incidences of
We may not have much
$100.
time before more undead show up.
Uh-oh.
And
This
I
one,
think
the
there was a
battery's
moment where
dead.
someone went over
It's going
100,
to take
but I
several
don't
minutes to
remember by how
recharge.
much, which I really feel bad about actually.
Risen friends.
So I don't
Defend
know.
the interrupter with your lives.
I don't want to answer because I don't want to be the guy that forgets what his highest was. I mean, there's probably a VOD of it somewhere, but I mean, it was a long time ago.
Risen approaching.
Master in general doesn't seem to be a series that particularly inspires that kind of stuff. Or I as a person, though. Here's the thing, in the US and UK, only 1% of people are very, very well off. So statistically, 2 to 3 people watching right now do have that kind of... No, oh wow, that's not what I mean. I mean... Oh, no, maybe you do know what I mean. You're saying, like, there's some super wealthy people here, potentially? Yeah, that's before you, like, look at demos and stuff, though, right? So. Like, if you took a sample of 1,000 people, not from on a Guild Wars 2 stream, but 1,000 people watching a cartoon show at 7 o'clock, half 7 in the morning, then yeah, you're not going to expect them to be consumers with money, right? Are you? That you're going to expect them to be fucking kids with absolutely no
Risen approaching.
money at all. I mean, they kind of represent an economic force in as much as they can pressure their parents, right? And you can weaponize that for sure, but in general. Yeah, there have been some wealthy people. The big PvP tournament stream we did, where we got, what, 3,000 people watching? Had, what was it, 10 grand prize pool? No, was it 10 grand or was it 1 grand? Can't remember. But that was a one person funded that when we did that. One person funded it. There's potentially some wealthy people, you just got 0 in on them. You just give them a private show. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's an industry like that on the internet. Where in exchange for fat stacks, you can give people private shows of a certain kind. Tends to not be a very male-dominated genre, though. It's certainly not flabby nerds that spend all their time playing MMOs. I didn't quite break into it.
More Risen. Keep them away from the interrupter.
Do I not like the Electric 5 skill? I haven't seen you use it. No, not really. If they move, then yeah, it's alright, but it's just a CC. There's a trait that makes it pretty fun. It's called Lightning Rod. But it's not much reason to do it. I think if you position it perfectly, you can do break bar damage with it, but it's more effort than it's worth. Like right now, I could try and break his bar by like putting it right on the side maybe, but I'd rather just slow the 3 out. I'm playing a support build, so the way I'm rotating this isn't really standard proper staff gameplay. This is all pretty, I'm not really thinking that hard about what I'm doing right now.
There seems to be an inexhaustible supply of these
Is it better to
creatures.
sell gifts during or after the festival? I think after the festival you can sell them for more
Risen
money.
approaching.
I'll sell bathwater. Yeah, I guess that's a little bit closer because that's more in the gaming space, right? But I mean, men are a bit pathetic, to be honest. So there's a lot of ways you can sell sex to men and sexuality to men and all kinds of stuff. You can make bank off of just dumb male impulses if you're so inclined.
More risen. Keep them away from the interrupter.
Hold on to snowflakes. The rate will rocket because the new eater consumes them. Yeah, like people are going to want to stockpile them. Probably towards the end of Winter's Day, people will be like, well, hold on, I want the value of this booster all year. I'm going to stockpile snowflakes now, and you'll probably see a bit of a spike. If you preempt the spike, today's probably a really good day because right now we're in the thick of like holidays and all that kind of stuff, and everyone's feeling good and happy. And they're not really back to their PCs yet. They're not really thinking about Guild Wars yet. But over the next week, people generally going to trickle into it, and it's going to dawn on them that New Year is coming, that this festival's going to leave, and then they're going to be in a place where it's like, okay, it's time to sort it. People in general are pathetic. Yeah, I don't mean to. I think that is a pretty safe generalization, though. That men are not. That there is a very big difference in how choosy, on average, men are compared to women on average, and like how sort of desperate and seeking they are of sex and sexual stuff online. There are definitely a lot of industries like selling your underwear that women can do and can access. They can market, but men can't, right? And that there is a difference. There is a gender difference there. And I happen to think it's pathetic. That's my value judgment. That men are pathetic. It's not really a big deal.
Next time, remember to charge the.
All right, so we got the Dreamer and
Everything worked out
Meteorologicus, but
fine.
that was it.
Let's just focus on keeping our device
Which kind of
operational.
sucks, because
Just how fragile
if I
is
got
this contagion?
loads,
Well, I wouldn't
then I might be able
advise
to
touching
delude
it.
myself into believing some of those T2s that are still in waiting, that those are unlikely to be temples because we already got so many.
This is a bad
But because we
time
only
to
got
be traveling.
2, I'm pretty sure that a good chunk of the T2s in waiting are temple T2s. And we'll be back before the end. That was weird. I never got to flip. It took my skills away really quickly. But we still got it. Okay, so anyway, that was a huge diversion. We were still being boring at the start of this, and now we're already, back at it. Let me get these next diving goggles. So that's Sculptor's End in Malcolm's Leap. I mean, every man can be pathetic. Give them a hot enough woman and enough days without sex. Yeah, I mean, well, this goes back to what we were talking about earlier, right? Which I'm now insecure about. There you have it.
Everyone, calm.
Man, I swear I put the heating on when I started this stream. The whole idea was it was a freezing cold house. I put the heating on and I wanted to warm up while streaming. And it's still freezing cold. I'm pretty sure I forgot to do it. So I'm just sitting here, wrapped up. I'm about 1 degree away from shivering. So, you know, I'm not shivering, so I'm comfortable enough. But I'm close. It's at the point where I really, really should be putting it on. Cat, said that the Watchful Waypoint event is up. Oh, really? Okay, Cat, I'm coming. Look, it got rid of it again. Please ding, because that's going to be... I should have used the rewinder. Fuck, it didn't ding. Ah. Alright, let's go up it. You still wear t-shirts outside? Well, hold on, but where are you again? Oh, nice. This event. Okay.